who'd like to ask the first question? In English?
Nobody.
Yeah?
Hi Victoria, hi.
Hello.
It's starting to get quite warm out there, and it's
Starting. It's been like this for a week.
I'll give you that. It's hot.
Yeah.
It's hot. Couple of things. I don't know if you found that difficult today, and do you feel a bit sorry for the guys who, should it come to it, don't get the opportunity of calling for a heat break like the women do above a certain temperature and humidity?
I had no idea they don't have that option.
No,
It's something that they should look in their rules and make adjustments, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if I feel sorry because I had no idea about this rule. So it didn't sink in yet. But I think that's
women can if it gets up to.
Yeah, I think the guys should get the same, with the hit rule. So it's up to them to call for a change, I think.
Vika, just can you talk through the match and how is the knee? Is it serious? Is it worried at all?
Well, it wasn't pleasant, and doing it twice wasn't fun either. So it was definitely brought some bad memories at the same time, flashbacks, and I was a little worried, but with the adrenaline on the court, sometimes it doesn't feel the same, and you kind of go through it, and then the day after there could be some more things coming up, but I'm pretty optimistic. I'm thinking positive, and I'm very proud of myself how I was able to handle this situation, to stay calm and to stay focused on what I can do, and no drama. So that was I think that was really good for me mentally to do, and to stay in the match despite that was very important.
I have a motherhood question for you. And talking to women in other sports, they've said that the greatest challenge in deciding if they can juggle both these things, a pregnancy and sport, is that their sponsors aren't necessarily going to stand behind them when they're out of competition. You have so many events you have to appear in, there are these things you have to hit. Did you have any of that when you were pregnant? What were your sponsors like in terms of their support?
Well, my sponsors were very supportive, especially with Nike. They were amazing. I let them know, obviously, before anybody knew publicly, and they were super supportive, so I really appreciated that. And that was never really on my mind to think that way.
Worry that they would not be?
I mean, it wasn't in my control. There was nothing I could do. The most important thing I could do is to think about my personal decision of what to do was the best for me and obviously for my child. And the rest is it was going to happen the way it would happen. So I didn't take too much of a thought on that, but I've been pretty lucky with people understanding so much, and I think the dynamic and the thing about being pregnant and coming back is such a powerful thing now, and I think it's an advantage in a way. You're able to do. You're able to kind of do a tick, okay, I am a mom now, so I can continue to do more of what I love to do. I think that the tougher balance is for me is to be able to spend time away from my son and be okay with taking sometimes time for myself. Which is a struggle sometimes, because I really want to spend every second with him, and I feel guilty if I take 15 minutes for myself to stretch. I'm trying to run back to him and spend every second with him. So that's the balance, I think, is a tough one.
From your second round, it's already quite a tricky one against Carolina.
Yeah.
So I know you had spoken before about how it's important for you to be patient this period, and draws are not always going to be kind to you, but what?
The draws are never been kind to me my whole career, so I don't expect. Didn't really expect that to change much. Maybe one day, you never know. But you know, at this time, for me, every match is gonna be a challenge. It's gonna be a battle. It doesn't matter what it is, who it is, and I can play against top players. I obviously have done that before, so for me, it's important to just see where my game is at. There's not going to be an easy road. There's never an easy road back to the top. So I'm ready for that. But what's important for me is to take, you know, a little bit of break, give myself a little bit of a break, and really try to enjoy. Try to enjoy to play, to find, you know, that fun on the court again through the hard work. Because, you know, it's been a tough year.
Victoria, last year you didn't get a seeding after becoming a new mother. Serena has got a seeding this year after becoming a new mother. I just wondered what your sort of thoughts were on that.
It's as simple as you just said it. I didn't get it last year. She got it this year, you know. I think it's an important conversation that has been started. And this conversation has led to numerous meetings and numerous occasions where we're discussing the rules and how can we be a leader in sports to have the best maternity policy for I don't think just women, but I think all sports. And that conversation is ongoing. It happened, you know, a couple of days ago. We had a big meeting, and I feel like we're moving in a really good direction, and I feel that our voices as a player council are heard, and we do implement things that are going to be important for players. But my main thing is that it has to be for everyone, and the rules have to be applied for everyone. So that is one thing that we haven't come to the conclusion yet, but it's coming, and I think I'm pretty proud of what kind of conversations we've been having.
Vika, sorry. Sorry. Vika, obviously it's been a long time traveling with Leo in Europe, and I presume that this would give you...
It feels like a few days. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
But this probably gives you pretty good insight on what it would be like to travel with him, you know, full time while being on tour.
It's the best thing.
Yeah, I mean, can you talk about that? Like, has there been anything about it that surprised you one way or the other? I'm not surprised, but I'm just amazed of how well he adapts, you know, to travel, and how much he loves the new places and learns new things, and every day there's something new, you know. It amazes me how good of a baby he is, you know. He's really amazing to come. He loves coming to the tennis court. Like my favorite thing is anywhere he sees a tennis court. Even like when we were back in LA, he saw a public park and he was with my mom, and he points out to the courts, to tennis courts. I wasn't even playing there, and he goes, "Mama, mama." So that was really cute. But he's an amazing kid, and I'm really lucky to be his mom. What about the mechanics of it? The mechanics of actually traveling and playing and practicing and managing the tour stuff with him. I mean, has it been difficult?
It's difficult for me because I schedule everything around him, and I do try to maximize my time with him. So whenever he's sleeping, that's where I'm working. And the other time I'm a full-time mom. So it's more challenging, but I wouldn't change it.
Last two English questions, and then go here, and then...
Thanks. Hi. So Chris Evert said in an interview ahead of the tournament that the tournament should consider switching the men's and women's finals in the scheduling, so alternating it each year. So the men's being on the Saturday one year, the women's on the Sunday. What do you think about that?
I honestly don't really care about it. I don't know how much will it benefit. I'm sure she might said that from a viewer's perspective, or from, also the TV slots. And but we've done that in US Open a couple of years. It was unusual circumstances when we played Sunday final first time with Serena instead of the Saturday, and it was really cool. But I don't know. I mean, I really doubt that Wimbledon will change their tradition, because that never happens. But I don't know. I would like to hear what's the reason of why she said that.
What do you think about scheduling in general, about having more women? There's been conversation about having more women on the main show courts, like making it more of a feature than prioritising the men's draw.
Well, there will be less damaging of those courts, I tell you that, and that's just a fact. But the other, I think it depends on individuals and the matchups. I don't think there should be a bias towards men or women. It's just the importance of how good are the matches. You know, some women have amazing first round, second round. Some men do the same. So I think it's up to that. I don't think they're. I wouldn't look at it that way. I'm sure maybe some men would, but I wouldn't.
Last question, English question.
Because obviously we're seeing more women encouraged to have babies and come back. Mandy Vanilla is already back and winning titles and that kind of stuff. I'm wondering, how far ahead do you think in terms of with Leo that you're traveling with him? At what point do you think you're going to be like, okay, he needs to be in a nursery, or do I homeschool him? All these kind of things. Have you thought about these things?
I do, and I think you know, I don't like to put myself in like a limit of time, but it definitely will depends a lot on him. And I think that traveling and learning different cultures and being around people is a way of school as well. It's a way of social skill, and it's I think you will teach him how to understand different people with different cultures, with different thinking in the process, and to be able to accept that we're all different, but you know, we're all human. So I think that is a very important lesson that I hope my son will learn, that not necessarily you can get in school.
Thank you. I'm going to switch languages.
Thank you. Thanks.
Any Belarusian questions?
I actually answered one. They were like outside my
Oh.